Hey y'all, SC Southern Style here, bringing you another CSL match between the University of Southern Mississippi and University of Alabama Huntsville, UAH, the school that I attend. So this is game number two. Game number one, if you missed it, was a PVT versus Terradin and Perfect Swarm. Perfect Swarm did just his name and swarmed into Terradin's base. Terradin going for a proxy Void Ray, that proxy starport to Void Ray that did not work in his favor. So University of Southern Miss able to take game number one. Now we are into game number two. We have Eloot, the red Protoss, in about the 11 o'clock position, and Spectre, the blue Protoss, in the 3 o'clock position. Spectre will be playing for UAH, and Eloot will be playing for Southern Miss. This is on MLG test bug, so kind of interesting map. Couple of little side points about this map. I think I've said this before. There are 4 watchtowers, but these 3 right here are protected by destructible debris. These watchtowers will give you vision all the way almost to your opponent's natural there. So, oh, quick note, Eloot did kind of miss the scouting there. If we go back to see his, he did actually scout up into Spectre's base, but actually missed it and did not go deep enough in to figure out where he was. So would have gotten a scouting advantage, but was not able to capitalize on it because of that missed scout. So guys, if you're scouting, definitely make sure to go at least to the Nexus or the command center. If it's hatchery, you can go to see the creep, and that's pretty good. But if it's against a Protoss or Terran, make sure that you go all the way to the command center or Nexus, just to make sure that you see it. So Eloot definitely got full saturation on the on the assimilator there, as does Spectre. Eloot just throws down his second gas now. Both cybernetics cores on the way. Spectre going for an earlier zealot than Eloot, so we will see what kind of play we get here, if this is just going to be a standard 4-gate versus 4-gate, or if there will be some kind of gas steal by Eloot. So he will be getting a little bit of extra scouting time in there and delaying that second gas, so that will delay Spectre's tech a good bit if he wants to tech up past that, because he's not going to be able, an early robotics facility down for Eloot. So one gate robotics will probably be seeing some immortals come out of this, and which is a pretty good build on PvPs, just because those stalkers, by taking them out with the immortal, is a big deal. So actually Spectre's army is just sneaking past this probe here that may have messed up in his original scouting by not scouting the base completely on his first pass, but he is now hidden inside the high grass over here. Got that assimilator up now, so, and these two probes are doing their little probe dance, while the Zealot and Stalker are now pushing up into Eloot's main. He does have just the Zealot and Stalker, so it looks like there's going to be some early pressure. I don't know how much he's going to be able to get here. Sentry is out, however, but does nice force field there, stopping the Zealot from getting in there, and actually Sentry hasn't taken any damage yet, so kind of needs to micro these units a little bit, and definitely delaying some mining time for oh, and does get the pylon. Nice. Gets the pylon that was powering the cybernetics core. Very nice. So that warp gate technology is going to be that much later right now. So I would say that was a pretty successful attack. He just lost the zealot, but destroyed the pylon and delayed the warp gate technology. Now where he kind of messed up in this one was he needed to push out with that pressure right now. He had the advantage and he needed to push with it. So he's setting up a proxy pylon now, but he really needed to keep applying pressure while that warp gate wasn't finished. And while there were only 2 warp gates there, he really needed to put a lot of pressure on Eloot and potentially could have ended the game there. Still doesn't know that this probe is hidden in the hidden in the grass right there. That is a beautiful hiding spot. I cannot believe that he cannot see that. That's a beautiful hiding spot right there. So definitely good job there by Eloot hiding that probe in there does finally get the last gas opened up. Is he gonna? Yes, he is gonna throw down an assimilator onto there, but this probe's still hidden there as well as the observer. So Eloot definitely getting a whole lot of intel right now over his opponent. So typical 4-gate here for Spectre, going for the Twilight Council. We may be seeing some blink or some charge here. First Immortal is out. Is the second Immortal? No second Immortal yet. 2 warp gates as of right now. We look at the units tab, pretty exactly even on workers, but army advantage I would definitely have to give to Spectre right now. And kind of the big blunder of this match almost is the really failing to capitalize on that advantage that he had whenever he knocked out that pylon powering the cybernetics core and the warp gate technology. That was a huge hit to Eloot that I feel like he didn't realize. Oh, and we do have a proxy pylon by Eloot. Gonna have a couple of zealots in here, gonna do a little bit of wrecking potentially. So the time that he wants to hit this is right whenever these units move out. He wants to hit the mineral line and even more warp in. So 2 stalkers, a sentry, and 3 zealots going to come in here and do some damage to this mineral line. Oh, he almost, a nice force field there, making the probes not be able to get out of there. They are bunched up next to the mineral patch. A good thing there's no baneling or anything like that. That would have caused some serious damage there, but able to clean that up with relative ease. Maybe lost... They lose. Let's look at the workers lost counter right now. We've got 7 workers killed for Eloot, so definitely did a significant amount of damage there. I think one of those was a scouting worker, but this worker, ooh, he gets past, now he gets killed. So there we go. Definitely a very cost-efficient attack there, I think. Well, he did waste a lot of units, but he... Let's go back to the unit loss tab. He is actually lost more units, so maybe not as effective as I was thinking. He does, however, have a did have a worker advantage. No longer does Spectre able to get that worker advantage back up. So we're going to see these 2 armies kind of meet in the middle here. They're going to get this scouting probe. There they go. That was definitely going to go for a proxy pylon. So Eloot trying to take these rocks out so he can see. I believe this overlaps over the middle watchtower, so you can tell if your opponent has the middle watchtower or not. Let's go back to the production tabs. Trying to get another Immortal, it looks like. Is he going to get that snipe on the Immortal? Oh, he needs that. Immortal has 5 hit points. There you go. So it needs to back off and not take too much damage on these zealots with the force field. Nice force field on the ramp, stopping Spectre from pushing up in there. This is a Spectre observer, so... Oh, and we do have blink research. I did miss that, so we do have blink research, so Spectre going to do a little bit of blink harassment here, trying to... cannot get a pylon, so that may not have been the best idea right there. Needs to blink those stalkers down. There he goes. Now get those guys out of there, because that was not a... If he had been able to get this pylon, now granted it wouldn't have powered anything down, wouldn't even have supply blocked Eloot, so really kind of... Oh, we do have a robotics bay built in the back by Eloot. I don't think this has been spotted, has not been spotted by Spectre, so he does not know that he is about to have Colossus on the way. He does have his own robotics facility. He is going to have an Immortal coming out of his own to try and counteract some of the Immortal. Ooh, nice force fields there, trapping the stalkers and making the sentries, or making the zealots have to run all the way around. Nice blink there, getting into the middle ground. Is he going to be able to clean up some of those? He needs to clean up these Immortals. Those Immortals are going to do a lot of damage to these stalkers. There he goes. Cleans up that last Immortal. Let's see, he's just down to stalkers now. So let's see if he can't get a few zealot snipes in here. He does get 1 zealot snipe, another Immortal on the way. Colossus being chronoed right now. He does, Spectre does, however, get an expansion going right now, so that's going to be an advantage, and he is a 5-unit supply ahead. He does need to get this Immortal. Good, there he goes, getting that Immortal out of there. And I would say if I was in Spectre's shoes, I would go ahead and probably pull these at least back to the center watchtower, just because, I mean, you really can't, you don't have enough forces to push up that ramp yet, and definitely with those sentries, even though he doesn't have enough energy, I don't think Spectre knows that to force field that ramp. You don't want to get caught with a force field there. That would definitely be real bad. So Nexus completing here. We do have the transferring probes going, good deal. Getting more probe production going. He does need to keep macroing up his army, though. There's one Colossus out on the field. This is going to potentially cause a lot of damage against these stalkers. Mortal not so much. It does look like he's shying away from these zealots, so definitely going with a stalker heavy build here. While Eloot does have 6 zealots of his own. Is he gonna try and get a few shots here? How long can he kite this little zealot around? Oh, that's not good. Ooh. I feel like that stalker could have done a lot more than just kind of a wasted scout. He does, however, know that Spectre or Eloot does have a Colossus, though. Now 2 Colossus. This is definitely not looking very good for Spectre. He needs to figure out some way to capitalize on this. Immortals are just going to do a lot of damage. Is he going to be able to snipe this Colossus? Oh, he does get one, but at what cost? Almost all of his stalkers are dead now. Needs to get that other immortal. Good deal there. Needs to get these stalkers away from those zealots. They're going to just roast those away. This last Colossus doing a whole lot of damage. Nice blink micro there, blinking away from that. But just really needs to kind of get away from that, and really needs to macro up a superior army right now. He really needs to chrono boost those warp ends, get as many units out on the field as he can, because this attack is going to be coming right down his throat. 5 stalkers here. Oh, and he does not get the pylon in time, so there's going to be a couple more zealots in there. The supply count definitely in Eloot's favor, so this is not looking very good for UAH right now. Does throw down 2 extra gateways, trying to get a little bit more production out of there. But this does not look good at all. Getting a couple of probes, look like trying to get a surround in there, but not going to be able to do a lot. This last Colossus is just so deadly. I really don't know. And then there's another Colossus coming to reinforce that. I really don't know what Spectre can do at this point. I think that's going to be pretty much all she wrote here with these stalkers and these sentries here. Yeah, it looks like he's got two zealots, 2 sentries, not really going to be able to do much against this army. And this army just keeps getting bigger and bigger, so I think that's going to be it for game number 2. So game number 2 is going to go to Southern Miss again. So they're going to start this out at 2-0. So UAH could have hopefully a pretty epic comeback here. We'll see how it goes. So there is the GG. So game number 2 definitely goes to Southern Miss. So we're going to jump straight into Game 3 of the CSL first round between Southern Miss and UAH. So here we go, jumping into Game number 3.